Yo ho, good day, and welcome home to Tanimura for the 15th episode of our Cities Skylines inspirational build. The town has grown quite a bit so far. We have almost entirely filled up our first square, and today I think it's time to invite a whole lot of residentials to come and live here. For that, we are going to expand our town center or our neighborhood past our ferry stop, and we are going to add a tram line to this town as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And starting with some residential layout, I'm going to extend this road by 40 and this one by 10, and then I'm going to take a little break and think about what it is going to be. After a bit of a debate with myself, I decided that this is actually going to be a creek filled with water, so we're going to do that pretty soon. But first we're going to end these two streets in a turn. So I will curve this one from here to here, and then I will put it back in here. So the road will flow from the town center up towards the creek, and then make a turn back to the road that goes towards the imaginary village over there. So how are we going to go about making this into a proper creek? I think I'm going to lower the brush strength by quite a lot for our terraforming tools, and up its size by just a little. And then we're going to decrease the elevation on here. I think I'm actually going to use the flat surface tool because it will give us a bit more of an even creek bed, which will eventually probably look better. Maybe we should make it a bit deeper though. Maybe this. Yeah, let's hope the water will find its way through here. So now we're going to extend this over to here. Maybe curve the creek a little. And make this into a better slope for the water to fall down with some proper banks. And then over to the other side. We have a few pits in here, and this creek will flow the other way as well, it seems, towards the river. Well, we'll see about that. Let's up the strength a little, grab the deepest point, and turn this into a bit of a lake area. Now let's grab this one and dig this out a little more, because this would be really shallow for a lake, and I don't think the water would actually behave well when it had to sit in these banks, so a bit deeper, and let's add water. Now let's pause it for this because otherwise it will flood the area. And now drag this one down to a more sensible height, right? Because, oh, what did I do? Gone with you. And drag it down. And yeah, let's first just see how this works. Turns out maybe we should give the creek a bit more of a bank over here because this would probably flood too much of the strength. Draw below the waterline and just mooch on through here and then slope it. It will be a little bit of a waterfall, it seems. Quite a difference in height. Well, so far the stream doesn't seem to flow the other way, which doesn't bother me. It actually makes building a little easier, I think. Now let's draw a flat surface for CP drive to continue on, because it will need it. We're going to choose the same height, go to the other side of the creek, and make it nice and flat. And then we're going to give ourselves a good old bridge over the creek. Let's hope it is nice and straight. It is definitely not. So delete it. And let's put a bit more effort into this. Decrease our elevation step. Would this do? Let's see. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, now we're crossing the creek with CP Drive. And let's turn this into a stone bridge too, because, well, the other one already is. It might as well be for the entire stretch of CP Drive. The same kind of bridge, right? Way nicer. Yeah. Then let's have a bit more of a look at the road pattern. I'm thinking of extending a 2-lane road from right about here up by 10 tiles. I know what, let's straighten it and pull it all the way to there, just to give ourselves a bit more of a baseline to work with. Now this one is going to go out by 10. I think I'm gonna turn off the road guidelines for a sec. And now we're gonna freeform this one through the area. We'll have a bit of a curve here, then flow on past this rock formation, cross the other road over here, and then curve its way through this area and go here. Then we're going to also make a road that crosses from here, attaches to this turn, crosses through this area, and then attaches to this road again, which will then flow towards our creek, and we will expand this side at a later date. Let's first just focus on the area we are sure about how it's going to be filled in. So let's get this area connected a little more. Few interesting shapes. Maybe I should redraw this one in because this kinda is not that great. So back out here, through here, and then connect in here. This I think is going to be more parky, and this is going to be a cul-de-sac. So now we have our roadway pattern for this part of the neighborhood. Let's also add it to the neighborhood while we're at it. And let's call this street Ferry Street instead of Brown Street. It's going to be quite a long street, crossing through multiple neighborhoods. And yeah, I think it should not have to behave to most roadway naming conventions. So Ferry Street is quite long now. Now let's zone a few residential areas and then decorate up our creek a little more. Because we could do with some more decoration around there, and I'm not even that sure it's flowing properly. So we might have to change the water level as well. But first some houses. People need to move in. We need 6,500 residents, which is quite a lot. So it's really shallow. Think we should up the water level here a little. Let's see how it does when we increase it by this much. It will probably start filling the creek up a little more. And turned this into a bit nicer of a waterfall as well. Now, they probably already have all spawned in. Well, not all of them yet, but we can make do with this. We can add some more. Is our water network still up to date? Yeah, for this area it seems to have full coverage. For this area, not yet, but we're not quite building here yet anyway. Think I want to extend this one to CP Drive though. Just so I didn't start doing this for absolutely reason at all. Absolutely no reason at all. Yeah, this is starting to grow nicely. Some more residential invitations should be extended. Please people, come live in Tanimura. We are a wonderful community. There's all this space left. Please fill it. And maybe nice commercial assets should be added as well. This corner seems about nice for the next one. And let's place in our tram depot while we are in our town center. I think it should fit nicely over here. Yeah, this one. And then we're going to at least turn this road of our town center into a road with tram lanes, which I see now ruins our bicycle connectivity, so we will have to solve that as well. But we have a lot of space left to work with, so shouldn't be a problem over there. So, bicycle connectivity. The bike path comes into the town center right here. Ooh, do I like this asset, by the way? Yeah, I really do. So historical it is. So let's grab our bike path and, well, first we pull it straight until here. I wish it would let me place it, but it's snapping to our... I placed it too close to our car park as well, so this one is deleted. Let's just turn off all our snapping and try again. From here this time, up until right here. And then turn on angle snapping so we get a nice 90 degree. And put it in here. Then from here we're going to... Do we have space for a bicycle path over there? Do we? Maybe not. No, we don't. So it should be on the other side of our fire helicopter depot. Over to there. This texture got really ugly really fast. Let's immediately fix that with some nice flower beds. We can't have it looking like this. So let's take the wider ones for this, the prop line tool, and just, you know, smash them in here. That looks a lot better already. Maybe a brush and a tree over here to hide the rest of the dirt. Well, can't hide all of it, it seems, but this'll have to do. So the bicycle connectivity is up until here now. Oh wait, we have no zebra crossing over here, do we? No, we don't. So let's turn the drive up until our cemetery into a grassy one and give our bicycles a nice crossing. And then extend our bicycle path from, I hope it lets me place it. Yeah, oh, that's too close apparently. Sometimes you just try and get it in too snug. Then a little bit of a curve. Too much of a curve. And let's connect it at this crossing. Should be good. Should be good. Now most of our connectivity is back in. People will have to take the sidewalk for this little stretch, but I hope they won't mind. Then let's swiftly hop on our more residence train again. This is starting to fill out nicely. And we can expand on it again. No, not fill the entire bit, stretch out in one go. Let's just keep on specifically zoning. And also put some nice dirt paths through here while we're here anyway. I mean, this part of town is all about pedestrian connectivity after all. It has to look the part, even during development stages. Yeah, that one ain't right. Already suspected as much. And that is our pathway network for this bit. We can add one more house over here and a few more on this side of the street as well. And now let's check back in with our tram network. So our ring is now a tram line, and I want to make the road toward Little Town extend a little further. Let's turn our snapping back on for this. And draw in some tram-only one-ways, and then convert our grassy 4-lane into a trammy 4-lane, so we can have a nice tram line toward our village that will be summoned into existence in the future. Let's just draw a rough turnaround point for the tram over here. It isn't gonna stay anyway, so there's no point in beautifying it for now. And then we can add a tram loop to it. So one stop over there, one stop over here, one on this side, then one over here, then one over there, one over there, and back to our little loop. So that's the city's first tram line, and let's make sure we aren't spending too much on this. So 4 trams, 3 is enough, and let's make it orange. Personally, do not really like the color, but I think it does suit the disaster memorial, disaster response unit theme. So let's have it orange. And then we should also think about the other line that's gonna float to this area. And I think I'm gonna drag it past our ferry stop. Of course it won't let me. Yeah, I should have suspected as much. So that's not the way for our trams, because the road in front of our ferry depot is not changeable, unfortunately. Then let's draw it out through this road and send it towards CP Drive in this way. And from here, CP Drive is going to be a tram road. That will ruin this bridge, of course, but oh well, we will have to live with it. I want this tram to flow in that direction eventually. And let's also give it a decent ending loop. Let's try and draw it out as straight as possible. Oh, we're still working with energy here. That's not what I want. Let's turn off the snapping, take a curved road, and do this. Then curve it back into here, and that will be the turnaround point of the other tram line. Now let's start getting some more houses in here again and finish up this square of streets. Well, not actually a square, but you get what I mean, right? All too wide. Building depth doesn't really matter. And some good old dirt paths. Just running through here to provide our pedestrians some nice and easy access. One over here, one more over on this side, and this can contain another house, this as well. Now let's get to decorating our area where the bicycle path flows behind our fire station, because this also looks kinda ugly. On the other side we fixed it with flower beds, but for this side we're not going to do that. Flower beds would probably be too fancy. Just wouldn't look right behind the fire helicopter depot. So let's try a nice line of the larger green trees with leaves all the way up until the end besides the road, and then filling this area out with some smaller brushlings just to cover up the dirt and make this town center look just that little bit greener. Then after that we are also going to add some more trees to the area on the other side of the path. So on this side we are going to place a few beeches, alders, although we don't have that much space, so a few might even be kind of an overstatement. And some smaller green trees with leaves just sprawling out through here. A nice oasis of greenery between the town center. A good space to chill while you're riding your bike to your destination. That looks a lot better already. Now let's get to adding a bunch more residentials again, because we still need a bunch more citizens. Let's keep it nice and organized, too wide all the way. So some over here, one over here. I'm happy it will let me add one on the corner as well. This will be like so. And let's also And this is gonna be the big house of the street. Yeah, this will be good. Let's also add a good old dirt path again. And now let's also add some commercial, because we have some demand and I want something on the corner over here. Let's do a 4x3 asset. Wow, they wanted it really badly. I mean, it spawned in instantly. I love that. Have we unlocked gazebos yet anyway? Probably not, no. Would a pier fit in this area? Let's see. On the end of this path maybe? Does it have stairs leading up there? Why is it so high? Okay, that does not look great. Will it sit better somewhere else? No, it will remain at that ridiculous elevation. Okay, then we'll have none of that. Gone with you, sir. You do not suit the area. Let's see what spawned in. Yeah, sure. Sure, let's keep it. And let's hope this 4x4 gives us something likable as well. And of course we still need more resonance. This one hasn't filled up nicely. And we can continue over here, crossing the street and adding a bunch of nice new homes over on this side. And a pathway connection to start out with. It ain't much, but at least it's a start. One more house over on this corner, another one on this side of the path, and let's check back in here again a bit later. I'm thinking this area could do with something nice, something parky, and I am thinking a tennis court. Let's leave some room for a path on between it and the tram depot. Now people can come to the town center to play a little tennis as well. And let's also run some pedestrian facilities through there. too close to the road. Better. Now let's turn on the angle snapping and curve it. And I think I want it right between these two trees. I hope I won't delete either. And now I can add our nature reserve fence back in on the other side of the pathway. Right up until our bridge. Should be fine. So now we have an extra connection to our town center for pedestrians. And we should also add some nice tree shading. I think just to this side. Extending the row of trees next to our basketball court. Then maybe an alder over here. And this will do for now. So let's go back to our residential area and provide some more spaces to live in. People keep on moving in, which is lovely. We need them all. I think this will do for now. And a bit more highway exit decoration could be added as well. I'm not thinking anything high should be placed in this area because, well, it wouldn't be safe. A nice overview would be way safer when merging. So let's not add anything over there. But we could do with a nice tree line, not circle, over here. And over on this side as well. And repeat the process for the other side of the highway. It is becoming quite densely treed up right now, but I think it's okay. It shouldn't be too much. Just to give this town entrance a bit more of a natural vibe as well. And I'm thinking I'll just forest brush in this area a little, and not this kind of forest, but the standard forest. Just so our highway doesn't sit in a barren wasteland. Wouldn't quite look right. Or at least it didn't look quite right to me. Might have to you. Everyone his own opinion, right? maybe a bit of overgrowth in the larger areas where trees aren't going to be placed, because nobody comes there, no one at all will ever walk here. I mean, how would you get here anyway? I think that does make the area just pop that little more. I think I'll do the rest of this off camera though, so you won't have to sit looking at me plopping down this forever. And now we have that covered, we could add some more residences. We are slowly crawling towards the 6.5k population mark, but I think we will have to go to the next episode before we actually reach that milestone. But we are getting there, And this episode I at least upped the pace a little bit, so we can play with some trains and high density assets at least before episode 20. And that was it again for this episode of Tanimura. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. I tried upping the pace a little, just so we get to build a bit more out of this town in the future and we get somewhere a little bit sooner. We finally have at least a tram network in our town, and I hope to add a train station before episode 20. I think it will be in the village that I talked about a lot but have not built yet. So what is left for me to do is thank you all for watching and wishing you a really, really good rest of your day. See you soon for the next episode of Tanimura.